was just passing by and I saw your light on. And I've been traveling these roads, so please don't get me wrong. 'Cause sometimes I get lonely, and sometimes lonely's all I wanna be. But I just happen to see your light on and look so warm and friendly. But I know it's been a while since the last time that I saw you. What you really expect with this rambling boy to do? Last time I saw you, well, you didn't own your house. You're moving up in this world, well, I guess that I'm moving out. 'Cause you look so well groomed and your garden it is so detailed. But I guess it ain't up to either of us to say if the other one has failed. But I know it's been a while since the last time that I saw you. What you really expect with this rambling boy to do? Well, I know that the road, it ain't always kind. But I just hope that every stranger I meet is just an unknown friend of mine. And I hope I'll be back one day to see the people whom I say goodbye. I ain't brave and I ain't shy, just reckon I'll live before I die. But I know it's been a while since the last time that I saw you. What you really expect with this rambling boy to do? And I know it's gonna be a while until I see your smiling face again. Thanks for the coffee and the shelter from the rain. But thanks for the coffee and the shelter from the rain. I'll be off now, Mom. Long way out, darling. I ain't gonna know this time I ain't gonna be back here no more. One more coffee and I'm out of here. Oh, what the heck, nigga? Gather round, people, I got something to say. Some folks might think it's just another cliche, but well, there's blood on our hands, we got blood in the streets. We gotta get together, start singing for peace. I know sometimes that it might hurt. We gotta take a stand, throw a spanner in the works, throw a spanner in the works. Throw a spanner in the works, my friends. Well, I've seen it all so many times before. The rich man, he comes knocking at your door. Fooled you into thinking you could own a house. Now he's telling your family that they gotta move out. You're paying last week's bills with next week's wages. Don't be waiting around for no prophets or saviors, 'cause the church owns most the land in this world. But there's still plenty of homeless boys and girls. Well, I know. So on and on where it goes, my friends. But the wind still blows and the creeks ebb and flow till the end. And where we're headed, well, ain't nobody knows, my friends. But the tides are washing and they'll wash it all away again. ain't come too far from the days of the cave. Now we're all just walking, talking multinational slaves. And they charge us too much, they pay us not enough. It's getting to where it's going, and they're gonna be tough. And they smash the unions and the public schools. This country's run by bigots and bludgers and fools. The squeeze on the poor's getting tighter. One man's terrorist is another's freedom fighter. I know. Well, I know sometimes it might seem hard, but if we don't learn from history, well, we won't get far. You gotta stand up to your devil, look him in the eye, say, come on, man, well, I'll see you outside. You're hurting all of the ones I love, so I'm gonna start to push when it comes to the shove. I know sometimes that it might hurt. We gotta take a stand, throw a spanner in the works, throw a spanner in the works, throw a spanner in the works, my friends. But I know sometimes that it might hurt. We gotta take a stand, throw a spanner in the works, throw a spanner in the works, throw a spanner in the works, my friend. Throw a spanner in the works, throw a spanner in the works, my friend. Ran away from the Calcutta, headed round the bay. A week of fear and hunger, then the other boys went their own way. I took a gamble that being free in this wild land would be better than being a convict under a tyrant ruler's hand. You got Buckley's chance, I'll say. Gonna be a dead man in a couple of days. Go run as far as you can, 'cause with Buckley's chance, you're as good as a dead man. Spent a long while combing down by Curio Beach, trying to make some shelter and find some food to eat. I met a tribe of aboriginals, you know, they took me in. They said I was reincarnated just with white skin. You've got Buckley's chance, they'll say. Gonna be a dead man in a couple of days. Go run as far as you can, 'cause with Buckley's chance, you're as good as a dead man. Days and months and years went by, I can't tell. But I was hunting, I was gathering, I was living hard, but I was doing well. I grew tired of the savage and bloody fights all the time. Tried to keep the peace and a civilized mind. You've got Buckley's chance, I'll say. Gonna be a dead man in a couple of days. Go run as far as you can, 'cause with Buckley's chance, you're as good as a dead man. Then Captain Batman sailed in a port full of bay, and I went back to living like a savage, the British way. And I've survived and I've made it here. I'm in Van Diemen's land. Just don't ask me which one's the more civilized man. You've got Buckley's chance, I said, but I took a chance and I ain't dead. You've got Buckley's chance, I'll say, but I might just come walking down the beach someday. You've got Buckley's chance, I'll say. Well, I've been playing some music with my hat on the ground for the people in the lunchtime just walking around. The music I play, it ain't on the radio. Well, I'm hoping that it's got just a little more soul. And I've been singing some songs for $1 or $2. And if you ain't got no money, then a smile will do. And we're all looking for something, where am I gonna find it? I think I lost that key to your door. Looking for something, where am I gonna find it? Blues don't even bother me no more. Got this woman and she plays upon my mind, and she wakes me up nearly all of the time. And I'm just wondering when I'll see her shining face again, just riding in on that early morning train. And in the game of chess, you know there are no hearts. Maybe life's about forethought and essential parts. I'm looking for something, where am I gonna find it? I think I lost that key to your door. Looking for something, where am I gonna find it? Blues don't even bother me no more. Well, late at night when everyone gets to drinking, no, I see an old man and he starts to thinking, and he sticks his eyeball into his empty beer and says, I still ain't found happiness here, but I'll keep looking for something, where am I gonna find it? I think I lost that key to your door. Looking for something, where am I gonna find it? Blues don't even bother me no more. Looking for something, where am I gonna find it? I think I lost that, I think I lost that. Well, I've been playing some music with my hat on the ground for the people in the evening just walking around. The music I play, it ain't on the radio. Well, I'm hoping that it's got just a little more soul. And I've been singing some songs for $1 or $2. But if you ain't got no money, then a smile will do. And we're all looking for something, where we gonna find it? I think I lost that key to your door. Looking for something, where am I gonna find it? Blues don't even bother me no more. Looking for something, where am I gonna find it? Well, I'm writing this letter on the hull of this boat, and I don't know how much longer she's gonna be afloat. Well, the boss, he got too greedy and he stacked her up too high. The waters are freezing and it's always us workers that die. Well, I'm just a fisherman's boy, and I come from where the seas are warm. I'm dying so far from my home. Well, they sacked all the local workers here. They bring in foreign labor and no one cares. They got us boys from the Philippines. We work the ships like slaves of the seven seas. And I ain't been home in over a year. I don't suppose I'll get back now. This ain't my time to die, capsized in the North Sea and left to drown. Well, I'm just a fisherman's boy, and I come from where the seas are warm, dying so far from my home. Well, I can feel my body sinking and I can't feel my toes. I know my time ain't long till under I go. So if you find my body floating, please send it to my homeland. Tell my wife I'll always love her, and tell my son to be a Union man. Well, I'm just a fisherman's boy, and I come from where the seas are warm, and I'm dying so far from my home. Well, I'm just a fisherman's boy, and I come from where the seas are warm, and I'm dying so far from my home, and I'm dying so far from my home. Well, I'm just a fisherman's boy. Well, I walked on and I said, reach for the sky. Money in the bag, live or die. Do as I say, no one will get hurt. I'm just a poor boy doing dishonest work. And I could see the fear in a woman's eyes. She started sobbing and broke down and cried. And then I had a flashback to the outskirts of town, where they killed my family and burnt the village down. And don't you know a beaten dog will bite someone else? No one helped me, I've always fought for myself. So I guess I got no one to blame. You see, I come across the seas from a war-torn land just to find myself incarcerated. Being a child soldier was all I knew. I never was educated. And then I spent 2 years behind razor wire. Cross-reference me told me I was a liar. But I got scars as truth and anger for pain, and every time you beat me, I just beat someone else again, 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 again. And don't you know a beaten dog will bite someone else. No one helped me, I've always fought for myself. I guess I got no one to blame. And I ain't asking for your forgiveness, just a little bit of understanding would do. And I guess that you're just lucky that my life never happened to you. So I made for the door, but I had to stop. Had the whole joint surrounded by cops. And then I counted to 3 and it was time to go. Well, all you can do is to do what you know. Don't you know a beaten dog will bite someone else? No one helped me, I've always fought for myself. I guess I got no one to blame. 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 And don't you know a beaten dog will bite someone else? No one helped me, I've always fought for myself. I guess I got no one to blame. 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 Well, I don't rely on the weathers, I don't rely on you. That's 'cause I never know what either of you do. And there's no room left in this nest for your wings. And like a fool drunk by the blues, all I could do is sing. Once again I can feel the salt in my wounds, 'cause I met you at breakfast and I loved you by noon. Met you at breakfast and I loved you by noon. You said you'd show me yours, if I'd show you mine. But I guess now, pretty woman, we both ain't got the time. Well, when you rest, babe, well, I hope you rest easy, 'cause you know you did all you could to please me. So I'm just gonna pick up my guitar, now I'm gonna play another tune. I met you at breakfast and I loved you by noon. Met you at breakfast and I loved you by noon. All right. Just a hanging in my room, 'cause I met you at breakfast and I love you by noon. You could be that man, woman, if I could be the full moon, 'cause I met you at breakfast and I love you by noon. Met you at breakfast and I loved you by noon. So I'm just gonna pick up my harmonica and I'm gonna play another tune. So I met you at breakfast and I love you by noon. Well, the next time I see you, Mama, could never be too soon. Met you at breakfast and I love you by noon. Met you at breakfast and I loved you by noon. Well, until then, darling, I was gonna pick up my guitar and I'm gonna play another tune. I met you at breakfast and I love you by noon. Met you at breakfast and I love you by noon. Think that we would learn from the people that gave their lives, 'cause it's never the rich man's kids, it's always his working folks that die. So charge your politicians with murder of the first degree for telling us big bombs and capitalism mean we're free. It's one step forward and two steps back. It's too late to reassess when we're about to crash. If they were smart bombs, they wouldn't fall at all. If they did, they'd turn into schools and hospitals. Food and shelter, gonna give everyone a home. And though we all got trouble, don't be thinking you're alone. Or it's one step forward and two steps back. It's too late to reassess when we're about to crash. About to crash. It's all the small things in this world that make change, like giving up your seat for an old woman on the train, reaching out your hand for someone needing help. Gonna be thinking of others before you're thinking of yourself. For it's one step forward and two steps back. It's too late to reassess when we're about to crash. One step forward, two steps back. How you doing, son? Which way you going? Same way as me, I guess, 'cause someone else is driving. What's that you say? This is your first trip. Let me warn you, boy, you won't ever get sick of it. When I was your age, packed my bags and I left my home. since that day, all I could do is roam. Now I'm flying this old bus. I never did find God. I had an old dog I could trust. Met me a fine woman, as most fellas seem to do, but I became another love-sick fool. We built us a house, made it a home, but those itchy feet were never gonna leave me alone. I don't know where it went wrong. Maybe it was a drink or the cards. Maybe my life got too settled and I needed something hard. Now I'm flying this old bus. Well, I never did find God, but I had an old dog I could trust. Here you go, boy, have a little swig on that. It's the only thing I know that'll keep you from looking back. Now we're flying this old bus. Well, I never did find God, but I had an old dog I could trust. Now I'm flying. Sometimes in the shadows of the faces on the wall, you see some things that you ain't never seen before. Sometimes in the darkness where you can see their eyes, just a reflection of your own disguise. It never rains, it just pours. The good times don't feel like they did once before. It never rains, it just pours. I guess we're all just fractions of the one big sum. Maybe I'm wrong, but you can't divide one. It's a long road from the place where we're born to understand what all this living's for. It never rains, it just pours. I don't care how wet I get anymore. It never rains, it just pours. Late in the night when there's time to reflect, Listen to the one I love, her heart beating her breath. It's constant and mournful, heartfelt and slow. And I think I finally found a home. It never rains, it just pours. It's all bound to change when you think you know for sure. It never rains, it just pours. It never rains, it just pours. It's all bound to change when you think you know for sure. It never rains, it just pours. Someday, someplace far away from here someday, I'm gonna lay down my weary head to stay. But in the meantime, well, you'll find me in the dream time, just walk about around this stolen land. Tell me where have all them swagmen gone, now that the flat wheelers and boxcars don't run no more? Out bush is where they gone for sure, now that nobody seems to care about the poor. Humping the bluey boys, there ain't much to it, boys. You gotta have an imagination and no place to go. Blood on the water, this country's in trouble. All the good people are just drinking from the bottle. Someday, someplace far away from here someday, I'm gonna lay down my weary head to stay. But in the meantime, you'll find me in the dream time, just waltzing Matilda around this sunburned land. Ran into some trouble up north. Morning breaks, a new bird calls. An argument, no remorse. To earth another angel falls. I'm crouching in the yard, watching the trains roll by. Gonna try and jump some old loco on the fly. I start to run with my bag on my shoulder. Another day I'm getting older. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some old locomotive carry me home. It's the same sun that first touched my eyes when I was a babe safe from home. Now it's all blood and hard times, broken windows and car alarms. I'm standing by the road watching the trucks roll on. Some big old Kenworth's gonna carry me home. Thumb out, bag on my shoulder. Another day I'm 2 days older. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some big old Kenworth carry me home. Scrape the salt from the earth, review mirror and a winding road, small talk and a borrowed shirt. I guess we're all born to die alone. I'm sitting by the river, watching my life drift by. Roll of smoke and I contemplate my alibi. I wait on in over my chest. Well, at least this time, Lord might give me some rest. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some old locomotive carry me home. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some big old Kenworth carry me home. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let this big deep river carry me home. I'm gonna let this big deep river carry me home. Ran into some trouble up north. Morning breaks and you bird calls. An argument, no remorse. To earth another angel falls. I'm crouching in the yard, watching the trains roll by. try and jump some old loco on the fly. I start to run with my bag on my shoulder. Another day I'm getting older. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some old locomotive carry me home. It's the same sun that first touched my eyes when I was a babe safe from harm. Now it's all blood and hard times, broken windows and car alarms. I'm standing by the road watching the trucks roll on. Some big old Kenworth's gonna carry me home. Thumb out, bag on my shoulder. Another day I'm 2 days older. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some big old Kenworth carry me home. Scrape the salt from the earth, rearview mirror and a winding road, small talk and a borrowed shirt. I guess we're all born to die alone. I'm sitting by the river, watching my life drift by. Roll of smoke and I contemplate my alibi. I wait on in over my chest. Well, at least this time, Lord might give me some rest. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some old locomotive carry me home. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let some big old Kenworth carry me home. Roll on, roll on. I'm gonna let this big deep river carry me home. I'm gonna let this big deep river carry me home. Down the end of town, not far from here, the sun reflects on the water and nothing's ever clear. Where the earth meets the ocean like a big brown hand, and all they see are casks in the water. travel this country up and down, they only see the profits and never the surrounds. Think you didn't use it 'cause there were never no roads and no dams. All they see are casks in the water and bottles in the sand. I can sit here now, dream for a while. Too many warriors been laying down and dying. I never know, but I'll try my best to understand. And all they see are casks in the water, bottles in the sand. Bottles in the water, got a message inside. They say I lost my way and I misplaced my pride. Banyan trees gone and all the knowledge as well. Hermit crabs are packing up and they're moving their shells. Rivers dried up and the light's sinking down. And all they see are casks in the water, and bottles in the sand. One day the sun will rise higher than ever before. Land will have changed from its original contour. Maybe it's a dream, but I reckon we'll walk hand in hand. The casks are all gone, bottles drift back in the sand. The casks are all gone, bottles drift back in the sand. For this man, I believe he lives in this town. It's been so many years my eyes have failed to see, so now I just follow my heart where it leads me. I haven't seen him since we were so young, when a dance in a hall on a Saturday night was enough fun. We used to play together in the band, and after we'd walk down by the stream holding hands, walk up that road, one leading out of town. Find him on a creek bank sitting down. He'll be sitting there thinking with his feet in the stream, dreaming about the way things could have been. Well, I know the man drinks the same thing every day. When he gets a bit full, he always mumbles the same woman's name. And he buys himself a six-pack, heads on down the stream to dream about the way things could have been. been this part of the world. He ain't seen me since I was a young girl. I hope that he don't mind, my grass is still green. I'm tired about dreaming the way things could have been. She walked up that road, one leading out of town. She found him on the creek bank, sitting down. He was sitting there drinking with his feet in the stream, dreaming about the way things could have been. Now they're both sitting there thinking with their feet in the stream, dreaming about the way things are gonna be. Good enough day that don't see the sunshine. Told wife I love, I gotta get to the mine. If I'm late, I'll be out of my head. But I made it just in time for a long ride down the shaft. Me and the boys always cast like a lost, and it's a long way down. We ain't working underground. We're digging away at the hard, hard earth. We're digging for gold, this is what this is worth. And a cry came up, she's caving in. They say underground's for rabbits and dead men. I get out, I ain't never coming back again. Well, 13 of us miners trapped down in a hole. They're water lapping in, trying to take our soul. Heading on up, trying to find some high ground. We're jet black and night, as cold as death. The sails stick together, boys, and we'll beat this. And we'll find our way home. They say underground's for rabbits and dead men. If I get out, I ain't never coming back again. I ain't coming back. Well, fuse went by and the laughter from my bones. I kept on dreaming about my wife and kids at home, running down by the river on a warm spring day. Well, we all laid down on a heap on the dirt. Got me to thinking, is this what gold's worth? Just keep some rich men, keep them in a big home. They say underground's for rabbits and dead men. If I get out, I ain't never coming back again. I heard a noise and I couldn't stand. I saw they light, I felt some strong hand. Saw the flag of the Union flying high. They say underground's for rabbits and dead men. If I get out, I ain't never coming back again. They say underground's for rabbits and dead men. Now that I'm out, I ain't never going back again. Well, I ain't gonna work and I ain't gonna worry. No, I ain't gonna rush and I ain't gonna hurry. Well, I ain't gonna work one day and I ain't gonna worry. Red dirt mine and the long, long grass. Well, it's 4 weeks on and it's just 1 week off. And I ain't gonna work one day and I ain't gonna worry. The sun is hot and humidity's high, but I ain't crying, I just got dirt in my eye. And I ain't gonna work one day and I ain't gonna muscle, but my mind I'll keep. And I ain't gonna work one day, and I ain't gonna worry. Well, I ain't gonna work, and I ain't gonna worry. No, I ain't gonna rush, man, I ain't gonna hurry. Well, I ain't gonna work one day, and I ain't gonna worry. You can hear them yelling across the road. He's breaking things and she's throwing out his clothes. But the moon is full and the times are hard. She sits there sobbing and he speeds off in the car. She sits alone, even the noise is left. But she doesn't mourn for what she gets, she mourns for what she gets. And there's moments for remorse and a silence post-fight, and a wisdom and a madness of a full moonlight. Ain't the place where you're born, nor the place you die. It's how you live and what you give, and how much your woman cries. Well, the wind blows through, the door is cracked, and by morning he'll be begging her to take him back. And she'll let him in, 'cause she knows so well it's the hardwood you grow, not the flowers that you sell. And ain't no one else understand except two hearts in time. And all the pain and all the sorrow of when your woman cries. Ain't the place where you're born, nor the place you die. It's how you live and what you give, and how much your woman cries. It's how you live his uncle had worked there a while. He said, you play your cards right, boy, you'll have a job in the mine. You got a foot in the door, but he fell down a hole. 'Cause gas in an open flame are bound to explode. And he said this Friday he's gonna take us to town. 70 miles from the border, and he's 3 miles underground. I didn't want him to go, he's my only son. He said, I'll be alright, just gotta make a better life for the younger ones. $75 a week to go down in that hole. For $75 a week, well, they've taken his soul. And he said this Friday he's gonna take us all to town. 70 miles from the border, and he's 3 miles underground. So Maria, I've but a few hours left of oxygen. And I wish I left you more than this hole I find myself in. Love the children as I've always loved you. Should you do unto others, if others don't do unto you. And I said this Friday I was gonna take you to town, but I'm 70 miles from the border, 3 miles underground. 70 miles from the border, and I'm 3 miles underground. me a bottle of the cheapest red, and I'm just gonna drink the night away. Boys, gonna drink the night away. I'm moving out the country, gonna move land from the sea. Moving up in the mountains, there's nobody there bother me, boys. There's nobody there bother me. I'm gonna take my guitar, gonna take my mandolin, give up all this talking, I'm just gonna sing. No one in this town seems to be living for a thing. I'm gonna play the night away, boys. Gonna play the night away. Well, I'm moving out to the country, gonna move land from the sea. Moving up in the mountains, there's nobody there bother me, boys. There's nobody there bother me. You can tell them politicians, they can keep their lies. Gonna spread my wings and take to the sky. Gonna jump off, man, and see if I can fly. And there's no one bother me, boys. There's no one bother me. Well, I'm moving out the country, gonna move land from the sea. Moving up in the mountains, there's nobody there. Well, I'm moving out the country, gonna move land from the sea. Moving out to them red dirt plains, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. There's nobody there gonna bother me. Watching the setting sun, he had a silent look and a smoking gun. Tattered and torn like he just come off the track, and it had a look like it wasn't going back. On me something double, on me something strong. Having some trouble, it won't be long. Come the morning, I'll be gone. So on me something double, on me something strong. This whole state, you know, is one big mine, and all I could think of was to do was drive. Try to build a house, try to make us a home, but I had to go off and leave my family alone. So pour me something double, pour me something strong. in the mountains where the winds blow cold, there's a tale of a man that's grown so old. About that day when the colt got away, and Riley was the only one with him to stay. Well, Riley wasn't born and bred in the high country, but he lived and rode like a man, so wild and free. Well, down the steep mountain ridge, him and Pony go, deep into the minds of a whole nation that know you gotta ride, Riley, ride. You gotta take them fallen gums in your stride. You gotta ride, Riley, ride. So he caught them brumbies and he turned them around, and he lived his life in the mountains, and he shied from the towns with the prize of a cattleman named silver or gold. Still live up in the high country where man can find a home. There's an old man up Tom Grogan way. Well, he's on his lost legs, at least that's what they say. So let's head on down to Corrie Young, we'll bring him back. But there's never a tree falls, but it falls on the track. You gotta ride, Riley, ride. We'll set your horse free and your soul to fly. You gotta ride, Riley, ride. Let's ride a bit now. So the man from Snowy River, he passed on up where men and hills are wild, where he belongs. The story of that ride, it still lives on today, and I guess we all want to be like Riley in some way. You gotta ride, Riley, ride. And this story, it's been told 1,000 times. You gotta ride, ride, ride. I wanna ride like Riley, ride. Keep my hands real steady and my eyes on the prize. You gotta ride, Riley, ride. You gotta ride, Riley, ride. Keep your hands on the rigging and your eyes on the prize. You gotta ride, Riley, ride. You gotta ride, Riley, well, white line fever's got a hold on me, keeps dragging me down the road, taking me off to some distant sunset. times I ain't met. With the blacktop blues and nothing new. Many folks had them before, with songs and tunes and a crescent moon, and dreams on far and distant shores. Here's to all them ramblers and gamblers, and the road dogs and the strays. And no matter how hard they wanna try, the road keeps dragging them away. The blacktop blues and nothing new. It's run through many folks' blood. It's a blessing and a curse, and it only gets worse when you dream about the things you ain't done. The blacktop blues and nothing new. No, the blacktop blues and nothing new. Two good mates, one old dog, an old Land Rover, never gone this way before. We're chasing the sun, following the word. The dirt track looks rough, but it ain't gonna hurt. Bleach your bones and scorch your throat, dry out your heart and evaporate your hope. So to bring the water or only the wine, gonna call home, but I ran out of time. The outback sun don't answer to anyone. You gotta get lucky every time. The desert's only gotta get lucky once. Bleach your bones and scorch your throat, dry out your heart and evaporate your hope. Bleach your bones and scorch your heart and evaporate your hope. Bleach their bones, scarred the throat. Two good mates, no dog in the back. Head off down the Canning Stock route and they never came back. I heard a rumble coming down the street. 1,000,000 people, and there were 2,000,000 feet. They were marching for their future, they were marching for their lives. And I see an old man with a tear in his eye, 'cause he'd been here before, but he came back again. Won a few battles, but there's a few more yet to win. When the wheels of the workers gain motion, like a runaway locomotive, and you won't ever stop us and you can't turn us back. Just be rolling on freedom on that one-way track. When the wheels of the workers gain motion. And it's time we got together and started singing one big song. The too few have had too much for far too long. So come on, you people, why don't you roll up your sleeves and wipe away the blood, the sweat, the tears, and the grease. 'Cause it's all about the profits, ain't nothing about us folks. You can't have the wheel if you ain't got the spokes. When the wheels of the workers gain motion, like a runaway locomotive, and you won't ever stop us and you can't turn us back. Just be rolling on freedom on that one-way track. When the wheels of the workers gain motion. When the wheels of the workers gain motion, like a runaway locomotive, and you won't ever stop us and you can't turn us back. Just be rolling on freedom on that one-way track. When the wheels of the workers gain motion, when the wheels of the workers maintain motion. 'Cause it's all about the profits, and there ain't nothing about us folks. You can't have the wheel if you ain't got the spokes. I ain't got no home, I'm just a rambling round. just a rambling working man, and I go from town to town. Police make it hard, boys, wherever I may go. I ain't got no home in this world anymore. My mind in your mind gathered you calm. I've been working these fields since the day that I was born. I worry all the time, like I ain't never done before. And I ain't got no home in this world anymore. My brothers and my sisters stranded on this road, a hot and dusty road that 1,000,000 feet have trod. Rich men took my home, boys, and drove me from my door. I ain't got no home in this world anymore. As I look around, it's mighty plain to see this wide and wicked world is a funny place to be, where the gambling man is rich while us working folk are poor. I ain't got no home in this world anymore. No home, I'm just a rambling round, just a rambling working man, and I go from town to town. I worry all the time, like I ain't never done before. I ain't got no home in this world anymore. No home